and thanks for joining me on one of my film reviews. It's actually not a film review. I've started to review Netflix series. And we're going to do Dirk Gently's Holistic Therapist. No, it's not Holistic Therapist. Dirk Gently's what? Holistic Detective Agency. Dirk Gently's Holistic Detective Agency. Season 2. Season 1, it was decent. It was weird. It was good. Didn't know where to put myself. Didn't know what to do. But I watched it and I enjoyed it. And I don't know why I enjoyed it. I didn't want to enjoy it. Really didn't want to enjoy it. Really didn't want to like it. I liked it. I like this one too. So annoying. The second series, however, starts a bit shit. Well, no, it doesn't start a bit shit. It just starts a bit weird. It's all over the place. Is it over there? Is it over here? Is it here? Is it over here? Is it over here? I don't know where it is. It's certainly not here. So it's a little bit of a pickle. And it started to wind me up a little bit because it kind of starts off with this really flamboyant camp bonkers thing, which I've got no problem with a bit of camp bonkers flamboyancy. Hello! But what can I say? It just seemed like weirdness for the sake of weirdness. There's like this weird Aryan race of people with pink hair and this weird olive-skinned branch of race. And then they kind of just fight. And they just fight. And then there's like loads of fighting going on. I don't get it. Why are the olives and the whites fighting? Oh, there's probably an allegory in there somewhere. And then all of a sudden, the sons kiss. The sons, not, hold on, no, I don't mean like a pair of sons. I mean the sons of that family, the son of that family, they kiss. Oh, not incest. It's not Game of Thrones. I mean, this whole thing is more like a mixture of Doctor Who, Stranger Things, and Robin Hood Men in Tights. But stick with me, because I was getting a little bit stuck and a little bit like, what's going on here? This is bonkers. And then I remembered why I like it. Because it's weird and bonkers. And then it all gets brought in together and molded as one by Dirk Gently, Holistic Detective. So Dirk comes in, sorts it all out ish. It would be obviously a very short series if it happened that quickly. Obviously things go a little bit bonkers. Now let me just say, if you're not into sci-fi or fantasy, this probably isn't for you. Definitely isn't for them. They'll fucking hate it. But if, on the other hand, you do like knights, witches, weird shaped moons with faces, wizards, unicorns, magic wands, different dimensions, crazy bastards, loads of magic, crazy motherfuckers. Scissoring. Not that sort of scissoring. There's loads of scissors in it. Loads of scissors. There's shitloads of scissors. People getting scissored as opposed to scissoring. You know what I'm saying. One for the kids, this. Oh, and a priest. He's a bit of a prick. Moving on. If you do like all of that sort of stuff, then this one is definitely for you. It is all over the place. It keeps your mind ticking. You're trying to work out who's going where, why is this happening, and blah, blah, blah. But it isn't too troublesome. And I think it is the sort of thing you can watch with your kids. Now, don't get me wrong. There is a lot of gore in it. I'm not saying like watch it with 5 and 6 year olds. I mean like 12, 13, 14-year-olds. If you're happy with your kids seeing things like that. And they're not going to go out and obviously reenact scissors on people's heads. So I would say you can watch it with your kids, but maybe watch a couple of episodes first so you kind of get the gist of it and then you know what's going on. Right. Anyway, it's worth a binge watch. Watch season 1, watch season 2. You'll be able to get them all in together. There's some great characters in it. As I say, some of the characters from the season 1 do reappear. My favourite character, Bart, she's fantastic. She's nuts. She's off her head. Brilliantly played by Fiona Durith. No. So she's fantastic in it. And also one of my favourite characters in season 2 is a character called the Beast. She's fantastic. She lives in another dimension. She's brilliant. I'll let you see her. She actually has my favourite line in the whole thing. I've never seen someone use the word bellend so well. And I don't actually know if she meant to say bellend or not, or whether actually she's saying something else, but it sounds like bellend. I watched it 4 times, rewound it 4 times, and it's fantastic. Do the Americans say bellend? Hey man, you're a bellend. You're a bellend. You're a bellend. You're the bellend, man. Doesn't sound right, does it? No, I don't think the Americans say bellend. So it was probably something else, but if you're English, it sounds like bellend. It's really funny. She's great. The writing is dubious at times, but to be honest, it can actually be quite profound and really good. And I do think, on the whole, the writing's quite good. I think the acting's great. Elijah Wood's in it, so if you do like Blue Eyes, game on. I'm not going to tell you too much about the plot. I mean, I kind of have mentioned how it all starts, but the whole point is it's a little bit bonkers. This thing called Blackwing, which is like a government agency which is trying to capture people with special abilities and, I don't know, harness them to do something. I don't know. You don't kind of find out why they're trying to capture them, really. But they are the dickheads. And then you have loads of other dickheads and a couple of dickheads who are basically a middle-aged man, John Hannah, and a middle-aged woman. I should know the actress name, but I don't. And they're both kind of having a midlife crisis, and they've got wands. And this is what happens when you give people going through a midlife crisis and have got a shit life a wand. Anyway, if you are thinking about watching it, I'm going to give this 3.5 stars, almost 4 stars, but it was a little bit wishy-washy in places. I do think it's definitely watchable, really kind of enjoyable in places. Some great acting. For me, the guy who plays Dirk Gently, not a big fan of. He's all right. He has his moments. But yeah, 3.5 stars. Go and watch it. Certainly watch it season 1 first. It's a good little binge watch, and I think you'll enjoy it. Or you won't. Or you'll fucking hate it. You might hate it, and then you might hate me. Thanks. Until next time. Bye.